Hi guys, this is Toria and you're listening to Talk with Toria. So today we're going to be talking about red flags and deal breakers. Before we go into the topic for today, I'd like to ask you guys a question. Do you prefer the podcast with background music or without background music, like just plain my voice? You guys should get back to me on that. Yeah. So now let's go back to the topic. So I'm talking about red flags first before going into deal breakers. I'm sure majority of us already know what red flags are, but just to be clear, red flags are basically signals that show you that something is not right. So I'm talking about some red flags today. So let's go in. Let's dive in. Yeah. So number one on the list is physical abuse. Someone is telling you that they love you, but they're abusing you physically. You should definitely run for your life. I know it's easier said than done most times, but you should actually run for your life. Love is not just saying the words, but acting or showing that you mean what you say. The next red flag I'll be talking about today is verbal or emotional abuse. We sometimes believe that if it's not physical pain, once it's something we can't see, the scars, then maybe we can endure, maybe we can manage. But manipulation, gaslighting, a person that loves you should not do that to you. When they try to project their actions on you, they'll tell you that you're causing them to act a certain way. They're constantly trying to put the blame on you and not taking responsibility for their actions. That is a red flag. Third one I'll be talking about today is inconsistency. A healthy relationship should be consistent, not bipolar, cold today, hot tomorrow. Inconsistency shows how unreliable the person is. They say they'll change 1,000 times, but each time is worse than the last one. This is not an orange flag. This is definitely a red flag. The fourth one I'll be talking about today is possessiveness. A little jealousy here and there is not the end of the world, yeah. But if their jealousy comes with anger or threats, then that is definitely a red flag. When someone that claims to love you tries to isolate you from your friends or family, that is a huge red flag. The fifth one I'll be talking about today is gaslighting. And I had mentioned this when talking about verbal emotional abuse, but I'd like to talk about gaslighting on its own. Gaslighting is a type of manipulation that is used to maintain control over another person. It is actively denying a person's reality. Sorry for that. When you are being gaslighted, you start to question your own emotions and intuition. For example, you're upset about a particular thing, but instead of your partner to address the issues you're not okay with, they disregard your feelings, tell you that you're being dramatic or that you're a nag. That is a big red flag. You should run away. I think there are a lot of red flags, and maybe if I'm not too lazy, I should record another episode to talk about red flags. But for today, let's now talk about deal breakers. Deal breakers are characteristics in a partner or prospective partner that outweighs their positive attributes. That is, even if they have everything, them showing sign of a particular behavior is a no-no for you. In most cases, you see these characteristics early in the relationship. But some other times, you get to know about them later on in the relationship. I don't exactly know the difference between red flags and deal breakers, But I think a red flag is more of a warning, and a deal breaker is like the end of the relationship. The thing about deal breakers is everybody knows their limits. Everybody knows what they can tolerate. Why am I making mistakes today? Sorry about that. Everybody knows what they can tolerate and how much they can tolerate. It's easy to say what should be a deal breaker or what not. But I think deal breakers are relative. So I just talk about things that could be a deal breaker for some people. One could be that you keep them a secret. Keeping some people a secret is a deal breaker for them. Before you come for me, understand the difference between a secret and keeping something a secret and keeping them private. Some people don't actually care if you keep them a secret or not, so that's why I said deal breakers could be relative. The second one is infidelity. Why some people can overlook cheating, some even say as far as you don't bring the side chick or whomever you're cheating with to their space, then they are cool with it. But to others, they don't even want to suspect that you're cheating, let alone find out. It's a huge deal breaker for some. Another one could be being obsessed with social media. Another one could be bad hygiene. Or it could be no physical contact, especially in public. To some people, you not holding their hands in public or touching their bodies in public could mean you're ashamed of them, and it's a deal breaker for them. I think for deal breakers, you should just get to talk to the person you're dating, and if it's something that's not too serious, or if it's something they can work on, then they can definitely make changes to that. Then I definitely should record another episode on this red flags and deal breaker topic. But then, to end this episode, I basically say this. Yes, we say that there's no manual to love or relationship. Let everybody do what works for them or their partner. But then, make sure you don't lie to yourself about your limits. And don't be with someone that constantly hurts you. This is Toria. And I'm sending love to all of you, my listeners. Bye.